this will be a little early. Just stay rolling. What do you got for minutes?
15 seconds.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Plus, it's just a backup. He's got it. Actually, stop. Because I might as well conserve it. And again, it's wrong with you.
It's probably going to be a little longer than 57 minutes. So it's probably going to be I have one, but it's Linda. Good evening. How about a round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Kaczmarek and the Everett High School String Orchestra. Students, please be seated. Good evening. Welcome to Everett High School. My name is Eric Norman. I am the principal here at Everett High School, and I will be your MC here for the evening. Mr. Barron and I would like to congratulate all of the students on stage here tonight. Your hard work and resilience have paved the path to your future. Tonight, you start your walk down that road on the path to continued success, as we know you will all show us that the sky is the limit. How about one more round of applause for all of the scholarship recipients on stage tonight. Thank you to everyone joining us here this evening as we celebrate your children, our students, and our future leaders. At this time, I would like to invite Senior Class President, Ms. Carolina Penaflor, up to the podium. Tonight, as we remember the 75th anniversary of D-Day, we would also like to invite all the students who will be receiving Army scholarships this evening to recite the pledge with Ms. Penaflor. So will those students please come to center stage? Face the flag this way. Flag is behind me. Face the flag this way. There we go. All of these students will be receiving scholarships this evening, and they will all be entering the Army. So please remove your hats, stand, recite the pledge with us, and remain standing as our string orchestra plays the Star-Spangled Banner.
I pledge allegiance to the Please remain standing for the orchestra to play the national anthem.
Thank you. Please be seated. As the students are getting seated, a heartfelt thank you to anyone who has served in the military, and a thank you to all of the students who are enlisting after graduating. We are always happy to have members of city government here with us, so if we could just ask the members of city government to stand to be recognized. A round of applause for all the members who have joined us this evening. Next, we have the people that work diligently every day to make sure the schools have everything that they need, that your students need. All of the members of our school committee, if they could all please rise and be recognized with a round of applause. And in addition to them, we have also the members of state government here and members of central administration, if they could all rise and be recognized. So to start off our evening tonight, to bring us greetings from the State House, Representative McGonigal.
Thank you, Mr. Norman. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and special guests. Greetings from the Massachusetts House of Representatives. I did just receive a call probably about 15, 20 minutes ago from our State Senator Sal DiDomenico, who apologizes for not being here. And he is right now at the State House deliberating a $42 billion budget, fighting for more funding for the Everett Public Schools system right now. So I want to thank the Senator for that. So it is with great pride and honor that we are here to recognize all of these scholarship recipients this evening. And students, your hard work has paid off. And I hope that these scholarships help pave the way for you to pursue your academic goals and to achieve great success in all your endeavors. I'll be brief, it's a long night. I just want to thank Superintendent Gauthier for your kind invitation. Thank you. And once again, congratulations to all the family members and congratulations to all the scholarship recipients. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And now our featured speaker this evening, someone who works diligently every day to make sure your children get what they need in conjunction with the school committee, our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Janice Gauthier.
Good evening, everybody. It certainly is a pleasure and an honor to be here to honor your children. And had I had input on setting up the stage, I would have turned the podium so that maybe we could talk to the kids. I hope you don't mind if I turn around from time to time. So, good evening, honored dignitaries, guests, parents, and families, scholarship donors especially, and scholarship recipients. Tonight we celebrate the attainment of your great personal and academic achievement. The scholarship donors, along with the rest of us, have chosen to honor you with the enviable opportunity of moral and financial support to refine the great personal goals you have set for yourself. One common trait on this stage among all of the children, I keep calling them children, young adults, is motivation. Motivation to learn and motivation to succeed in life. Motivation plus support equals success. Being a scholarship recipient comes with a great sense of responsibility. The donors have seen fit to select you as representative of the person or organization for whom the scholarship is named. Be proud of the scholarship you receive, for you are deserving. And don't ever ask yourself why. Why? Because throughout your 4 years at Everett High School, or however many years you were with us, you've learned many lessons about life and book knowledge. Add the key ingredients of determination, motivation, and commitment, and you have mastered the recipe for your presence on stage. I would be remiss if I did not speak to the influential role your teachers have played in the story of your success. I want you to think about your teachers as I tell you about a philosopher. In 1923, Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese philosopher, wrote the book entitled The Prophet. In the book, he offers great insights into the very many phases of a person's life. In one section, he speaks of teaching and learning. He says, "The teacher gives not of his wisdom, but rather of his faith and his lovingness." Faith and confidence that students can learn. That's what we give them. He goes on to say, "If he is wise, he does not bid you enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your own mind." He makes you think. That's what our teachers have done. That's what these students have done. My friends, this is what your teachers did for you. They've turned your eyes inward to grasp at the kernels of knowledge and blended with your own persona to personalize your learning. I leave the best support stream for last. I personally, from the bottom of my heart, would like to thank the parents, guardians, and families for the confidence they've placed in the Everett Public Schools when they entrusted their vision of success for you to us. And so in closing, while tonight supports what lies ahead, don't forget what lies within each and every one of you to create a future that is uniquely yours. It doesn't matter where you come from, you are your own success. Success comes when your dreams get bigger than your excuses. Isn't that the truth? Strive for the best. Be sure to accomplish something, no matter how large or small, each and every day. I've lived by that philosophy, and it's gotten me through. Yesterday is but today's memory, says Khalil Gibran, and tomorrow is today's dream. So dream big, I tell you, and return to Everett to share with us your dreams. May you always stand tall and proud of yourselves. May God bless and keep you. Good luck.
Thank you, Mrs. Gauthier, and now we'll move on to the presentation of the scholarships. The first scholarship recipient in the class of 2019, the first scholarship that will be presented is the Amarino J. Moody Sano Scholarship. It will be presented by Mr. Barrett, and Mr. Sano is a great football coach, and this award goes to a great football player who was attending the University of Michigan, Mr. Mikey Sanderstill. Mikey wearing his Michigan blue and yellow. The next scholarship this evening will be the Annette Cadet Memorial Scholarship, presented by Ms. Merlan Felisan and Irvin Cyprian. And the recipient of that award this year is Ms. Whitcindy Paul. The next scholarship this evening is the Angelo and Buddy DeMott Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Barrett. And the recipient this year is Mr. Giovanni Raduazzo. The next scholarship this evening is the Antonio and Caterina DeVito Memorial Scholarship, presented by Angela DeVito Savastano and Nick D'Angelo. And this year's recipient is Molly Solano. The next recipient this evening of the Aramark Corporation Hospitality Scholarship, which will be presented by Miss Maria Davis. Actually, there are 3 recipients, so please hold your applause till the end. They are Alicia Belucio, Antonio Bonanno, and Carly Rizzuto. Yeah. The next scholarship presented this evening by it is the Arnold Plotnick Memorial Scholarship. It will be presented by a teacher here at Everett High School, Mr. Neil Plotnick, and the recipient is Curvins Georges. Next, if I could have Mr. McLaughlin, please come up. Mr. McLaughlin will be presenting the Arthur H. McKinnon Scholarship to Tiana LaMonica. Next, if I could have Mr. Abraze and Mr. Ela come up. They will be presenting the Barbarian Scholarship to 2 students this evening, and the recipients are Curvins Georges and Shayla Gravel. The next scholarship this evening is the Bill Anzavino Memorial Scholarship, presented by Helena Anzavino, Jennifer Bruni, and Sandro Bruni, if they could come on stage. Tonight, they will be presenting their award to Tamani Valbrun. Next, if I could ask Mr. Panarisi and Ms. Cardillo to come up. Tonight, they together will be presenting the Irving and Josephine Shirley Memorial Scholarship. Oh, hold on one second. How are you? Come on, right out front. Okay, I'm sorry. Along, all together, they will present the scholarship tonight to Juan Carlos Estrada. The next scholarship this evening is the Brian R. Glinner Memorial Scholarship, presented this evening by Mark and Eileen Glinner. And tonight, they will be presenting to Brian Gianelli. Next this evening, we have the Brittany Ann Scalisi Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mr. Barrett. And the recipient this evening is Erica Callanan. The next scholarship this evening is the Carmen A. Chavo Associate Scholarship, presented by Mr. Duran MacArthur. And the recipient this evening is Tiana LaMonica. The next scholarship this evening is the Christopher Daniel Brienza EHS Class of 2012 Memorial Scholarship. This evening it will be presented by Harry, Vicky, and Michelle Brienza, Brian Ramuno, and Laura McCormick. And this evening they will be presenting their scholarship to Mr. Joshua Powers. The next scholarship this evening is the Daniel Joseph Hanlon Memorial Scholarship. And tonight it will be presented by Mr. John Hanlon. And this evening he will be presenting the scholarship to Ava LaBella. The next scholarship this evening is the DiDomenico Foundation Scholarship, this evening presented by Tricia DiDomenico, and she will be presenting to two students, and her recipients this evening are Antu Tran and Anthony Trejo. Next, if I could have Mr. Parker and Mr. Almeida Barros please come up. Tonight together they will be presenting the Disabled Veterans Camp Corps Janet Conley O'Neill Memorial Scholarship. And they will present that this evening to Naila Bond. The next scholarship this evening is the Drama Club Scholarship. It will be presented by the teacher here at Everett High School, drama teacher here at Everett High School, Mr. Evan Damaso. And the Drama Club Scholarship this evening goes to Michelina Tumblin. Next, we have the Dr. Peter and Donna Mazzucci and the Joint Committee for Children's Health Care and Everett Scholarship, presented tonight by Dr. Peter Mazzucci. He has 2 recipients this evening, and his recipients are Tiana LaMonica and Susanna Polska. Next up, we have the Echevarria Family Scholarship, presented by Sophia and Gianna Echevarria. And this evening, this scholarship will be presented to your class president, Fatima Penaflor. The next scholarship is a treat every year, and it's an honor to continue to have this scholarship and have the people presenting this evening join us every year. The next scholarship that will be presented is the Elizabeth McNeil Scholarship. It will be presented by Elizabeth McNeil, Lou McNeil, and Karen McNeil. You guys want to present and say? Okay. And this evening, they will be presenting their scholarship to Yancy Lopez Menjivar. He's going to talk. Oh, would you, no, you're okay, okay. She refused, Aldo. And I believe that they will speak before they depart. Yes, Mr. McNeil?
Thank you, Mr. Norman. I appreciate this opportunity to brag a little bit about my mother. We're very proud of her. She's sitting. Thank you, Joe. Least you could do. She puts Joe's barrels away, by the way, on trash day. My mother's 95 years old. And as you can see, she's still very active. She's a volunteer at Dave Brady School, as a reading volunteer with second graders, Mrs. Mallett's class, and she also participates in studies on aging at Tufts Medical. She's always been a big fan of education as she was raising 4 kids in Everett, and she was a stay-at-home mom until finances, and we got old enough, and she went to work, first part-time and then full-time. But she always took courses herself, everything from furniture refinishing to how to search titles and all kinds of crazy courses. And at one point she decided she should start putting those courses towards a degree. So at the age of 82, she graduated from college. And the college was Harvard. And she went to Everett High. Thank you all very, very much.
One more a loud round of applause for the McNeil family. Next up this evening, we have the EHS Alumni Advocating Academic Achievement Scholarship. Tonight, that will be presented by Miss Lauren Freeman and Miss Jacqueline Massa. Tonight, Jacqueline Masua. I'm sorry, I want to get it right. Tonight, they will be presenting to 3 recipients, and they are Tiana LaMonica, Marcela Melendez Escobar, and with Cindy Paul. The next scholarship this evening will be the EHS Class of 1978 Memorial Gift Scholarship, and it will be presented by Donna Davidson and Michelle Senabaldi. They will be presenting to 3 students, and the students this evening are Antonio Bonanno, Ruben Jonathas, and Carly Rizzuto. The next scholarship this evening is the Eric Christopher Poto Memorial Scholarship. Tonight it will be presented by Marie and Anthony Poto, Michael Poto, and Rita Durgan. Tonight they will be presenting to 2 students, and the recipients this evening are Jason Lopez and Camilla Marari. Next this evening, if you have Mr. Obremski, Mr. Shaw, and Ms. Gothia please come up. Together, they will present the Everett Backman Scholarship. And tonight, that award goes to Odalitz Maldonado Guevara. The next scholarship this evening will be presented by Miss Millie Cardillo. So she could come up, and Miss Charlene Allwood. They will be presenting the Everett Emblem Club number 32 scholarship in memory of Mary Keller. And tonight, that scholarship goes to Ruben Jonathas. Next up this evening, we have the Everett Firefighters Union IAFF Local 143 Memorial Scholarship, presented by Craig Hardy and Sean Dottoli. And this evening, they will be presenting to two students, and the recipients are Jonathan Fitzgerald and Tiana LaMonica. Next up, we have the Everett High School Culinary Arts Scholarship. Tonight, it will be presented by Ms. Parmenter. And after many years at Everett High School, our beloved culinary teacher, Ms. McCreadis. She will be retiring at the end of this year, so a round of applause for Ms. McCreadis. Tonight, they will be presenting to four students, and the recipients are Eric Interiano with Cindy Paul, Diane Vaz, and Andrew Worcester. Thank you. Ms. McCreadis, could you just hold on one second, come to center stage? Just right here for a second? And just right there is good, and face forward. Mr. McCreadis, could you come up to the stage, please, sir? Yeah, you can't, you're right up this way, sure. So this evening, we are happy to announce that in conjunction with your husband, and your daughters, Marianne and Carolyn, if they could come forward. Want to take that? They have established a scholarship in Miss McCreadis' name. And the first winners of this scholarship are Mr. Juan Carlos Estrada and Anthony Trejo. And we just have a few words from one of Miss McCreadis' daughters, please.
Surprise, Ma. So thanks for your attention. I know this is a long evening. We have a lot of people to celebrate, but we just want to commemorate the fact that our mom founded with Fran Amari, and for 27 years has been the culinary director of the Culinary Arts Department here. She's worked tirelessly to ensure that all of her students develop a passion for culinary arts. And she has taught us what it means to be really passionate about something and has passed that down to so many of her students. And we're incredibly proud of her. We're not just happy that she's retiring because we get free childcare. We really are just glad that you finally get to relax with Dad and enjoy your retirement. So to everyone here, the administration, Mr. Nauman, Ms. Maloney, everybody, Chef Parmenter, Ms. Gauthier, everyone who helped make this possible, the school committee, we're so grateful for this opportunity to commemorate our mom. So congratulations to all the recipients.
Thank you to the McCreadis family, and thank you to Miss McCreadis. If you, Mr. McCreadis and the sisters, can we get one more photo? Next up, we have the Everett High School Golden Graduate Scholarship presented by Mr. Vinnie Panzini. This evening, he will be presenting to 5 students. And the winners this evening are Shakira Fedna, V. Nguyen, Andrew No, Fatima Penaflor, and Camilla Silva. The next scholarship this evening is the Everett High School PTO Scholarship, presented by Sandra Jackson and Leela Korsha. And please hold your applause till the end so we can hear everyone's name. There are several students. And the winners this evening are Juliana Arazo, Kaylee Narin, Vanessa Flores, Fatima Penaflor, Diana Kisavlovsky, Susanna Polska, Destiny Massey DePaulo, Antu Tran, Olivia Marino, and Michelina Tumblin. Next, we have the Everett Independent Newspaper Scholarship, and if I could ask all of the members from city government to come up to present this next scholarship. This evening, they will be presenting to Eva Chabanier, Celia Flores Perez, Diana Lemus, and Fatima Penaflor. The next one. Okay. Next up, we have the Everett Police Betterment Association Award, presented by Mr. Bobby Hall. Tonight, he will be presenting to Miss Tiana LaMonica. Mr. Hall will also be presenting the Everett Police Superior Officers Award, and tonight he will present that to Miss Tiana LaMonica and Diana Lemus. Next, we have the Everett Public Schools Custodian Scholarship, presented by Mr. Barrett. And this evening, Mr. Barrett will be presenting to Brian Gianelli, Tiana LaMonica, Ariana Macchioli, and Nicholas Snook. Next up this evening, we have the Everett Teachers Association Scholarship, presented by Ms. Kim Auger and Mr. Peter Leahy. They have several recipients, so please hold your applause. This evening, they will be presenting to Alicia Beluccio, Diana Kislavsky, Tiana LaMonica, Stephen Lee, Kenya Matute Guevara, Elisa Ovalle, Fatima Penaflor, Zuzana Polska, Mikey Sanderstill, Nuvia Salazar, and Molly Solano. Next up this evening, we have the Everett Veteran Firemen's Association Scholarship, presented by Mr. Barrett. And this evening, Mr. Barrett will be presenting to Eva Chabanier and Fatima Penaflor. Next up this evening, we have the Exelon Generation Science Scholarship Award, also presented by Mr. Barrett. There are two winners this evening, and they are Miriam Peralta Valenzuela and Joshua Powers. Next up this evening, we have the Fonzo Lee and Senabaldi Family Scholarship, presented by Mr. Jack Lee. Mr. Lee will be presenting this evening to Diana Lemus and Rachel Novak. Thank you. The next scholarship this evening will be the Frank J. Mayo Class of 1954 Memorial Scholarship, presented by Richard and Jean Harrington and Michelle S. Okay, perfect. Tonight they will be presenting to two students, and they are Peter McDonald and Giovanni Raduazzo. And the presenters will stay on stage, as they will also present the Jean Mayo Harrington Class of 1960 Scholarship to Diana Kislavsky and Michelina Tumblin. Next, if I could have Representative McGonigal please come up to the center stage. And this evening, he will present the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick Scholarship to two students, And they are Sarah Da Silva and Whitcindy Paul. And Mr. Hanlon will also present. Next up this evening, we have the Futures Special Education Scholarship presented by Mr. Barrett. And this evening, he will be presenting to Natalia Halbert, Diana Kislovsky, and Danielle Molina Villalobos. The next scholarship this evening is the Honorable Speaker George Kavarian Public Service Scholarship, presented by Dr. Jack Kavarian, Dorothy Kavarian, Alfred J.F. Latanzi, and Dolores Latanzi. And this evening, they will be presenting to Joshua Powers. Thank you so much. Next up, I have the Italian American Association of Everett Incorporated Scholarship Awards. If I could ask Mr. Vinnie Panzini to come up. Mr. Panzini will be presenting several awards. The first one is the Antonelli Family Scholarship to Erica Callanan. Next up, we have the Bartolomeo Family Scholarship, recipient Sidney Hennessy. We also have the Berardino Family Scholarship, recipient Camilla Marari. We have the Berardino Italian Honor Society Scholarship, recipient Karen Aldana. The Bono Family Scholarship recipient, Jonathan Fitzgerald. The Cataldo Family Scholarship recipient, Frank Monge. The Cerro Ayanaco Memorial Scholarship recipient, Mariah Mercia. The Everett Chamber of Commerce Carmen J. Mercandanti Scholarship, recipient Kaylee Nerin. The Everett Cooperative Bank Scholarship, recipient Kelsey Payne. The Jack Sapino Memorial Scholarship, recipient Gerald Alex Brown. The James and Conchetta Cataldo Memorial Scholarship, recipient Caroline Di Maria. The Robert D. Cataldo Memorial Scholarship, recipient Olivia Marino. And the Sapino Family Scholarship recipient, Jason Lopez. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you, Mr. Panzini. Next up, if I could have Mr. Fred Capone please come up. Mr. Capone will be presenting, I believe, 2 scholarships this evening. He will first present the Capone and Capone Scholarship to Mr. Joshua Powers. Next up, we have the Fernando and Lena Navarro and John and Lena Cardello Memorial Scholarship recipient, Ciara Lambert. Thank you so much. Next up, if we could have Mr. Cafaso please come up. Mr. Cafaso will be presenting the Frederick and Joanna M. Cafaso Memorial Scholarship to Antonio Bonanno. Next, Mr. Stephen Rocco, please come up. This evening, Mr. Rocco will present the Salvatore and Grace Rocco Memorial Scholarship to 2 recipients, and they are Ava LaBella and Tiana LaMonica. Thank you. Next, if I could ask that first row of school committee members to come up. Together this evening, they will be presenting the Jennifer Giancostas Fund Incorporated Memorial Scholarship to several students, and they are Karen Aldana, Alicia Beluccio, Erica Callanan, Tay Ali Jean Lewis, Ciara Lambert, Tiana LaMonica, Fatima Penaflor, and Erin Julio. The next scholarship this evening is the Joey LaRusso Memorial Fund Scholarship. This evening, it will be presented by Ms. Diane LaRusso and Ms. Joanne Johnson. This evening, they will be presenting to 2 students, and the recipients are Callie Flint and Ciara Lambert. Next this evening, we have the Joseph Arthur Curnane Jr. Memorial Scholarship presented by Elizabeth Curnane. And this evening, she will be presenting to two students. And the students are Samuel Thomas and Fernanda Vidal. Next up this evening, we have the Joseph Bob Cardello Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Robert Cardello. And this evening, he will be presenting to Kelsey Payne. Thank you so much. If I could have the second row of school committee members please come up. Second row of school committee members. This evening they will be presenting the Joseph B. Harris and Eileen H. Harris Memorial Scholarship to Mr. Michael Sullivan. Unfortunately, Michael is here this evening because the baseball playoff game got canceled and moved to tomorrow, so we could attend scholarship night. The next scholarship this evening is the Joseph Fisher Memorial Scholarship by the Everett Credit Union. It will be presented by Mr. Al Latanzi and John Murphy. Together, they will present to Molly Solano. Next, if I could have members of city government come up again. Together they will present the Joseph J. Pagano Memorial Scholarship to Lorena Rocha de Souza. Next up this evening, we have the Joseph Joey Renone Forever 22 Memorial Scholarship by the EHS class of 1989, presented by Mr. Bobby Barrett, Mark Costa, and Jeff Mejia. No Mark. They have 4 recipients this evening, and their recipients are Erica Callanan, Deanna Kislovsky, Tiana LaMonica, and Gregory Reed. Next, if I could ask the members of Central Administration to stand, please. Together this evening, they will be presenting the Jostens Award. And their recipient this evening is Miss Raisha Asha. Next up this evening, we have the Cavarian School PTO Scholarship presented by Principal Alex Norman. And this evening, he will be presenting to 6 students. And the recipients are Naila Bond, Eva Chabanier, Melissa LaForest, Peter McDonald, Olivia Marino, and Ediane Voltaire. Next up this evening, we have the Kiwanis Club of Everett Awards presented by Mr. Tom Fiorentino. And there are several recipients this evening. For the Kiwanis Club Award, Dorianne Charles, Caroline DiMaria, Brianna Hippolyte, Mariah Mercia, and Giselle Sanchez. Next up, we have the Kiwanis Club of Everett Culinary Award, and the recipient this evening is Erica Callanan. Next, we have the Kiwanis Club of Everett Dr. Sidney S. Listernick Scholarship, and the award winner this evening is Olivia Marino. Next up, we have the Kiwanis Club of Everett Frank E. Woodward Scholarship Award, and this evening's recipient is Jordan Navoa. Thank you, Mr. Fiorentino. Next up, we have the Lafayette School PTO Scholarship presented by Principal John Obremski. This evening, he has several recipients, and the award winners this evening are Vicky Doe, Jonathan Fitzgerald, Tiana LaMonica, Ashley Nicholas, Fatima Penaflor, and Dominic Saya. Next up, we have the Lawrence Harvard David Leadership Award, presented by Mr. Barrett. And the winner this evening is Amir Doughton. Next up, we have the Leonard F. Piazza Memorial Scholarship presented by Mike Piazza. And there are 4 recipients this evening. And they are Antonio Bonanno, Frank Monge, Michael Sullivan, and Michelina Tumblin. Next up, if I could have Ms. Gauthier please come up. Mrs. Gauthier will present the Louis M. Ponderoso Scholarship Fund, class of 1956, to Michelina Tumblin. Next, if I'd ask the first row of school committee members to stand up again, please. Together, they will present the Lieutenant David B. Manning Memorial Scholarship to two students, and they are Bailey Grandy and Giovanni Raduazzo. Next up, we have the Lydia A. Cheever Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Billy Cheever. And this evening, the recipient is Jonathan Fitzgerald. Next up this evening, we have the Madeline English School PTO Scholarship, presented by Principals Teresa Tringali and Michael McLucas. They have 4 recipients this evening, and the recipients are Antonio Bonanno, Kelsey Payne, Joshua Powers, and Tamani Valbrun. Next up, we have the Maddie English Memorial Scholarship, presented by Madeline Mitchell, and her recipient this evening is Miss Aliyah Sarawi. Next, if I could have Mr. Parker and Mr. McLaughlin please come up. Together, they will present the Marie C. Stewart Memorial Scholarship to Erica Callanan. Next up, we have the Marie and Victor DeRubis Memorial Scholarship, presented by Victor E. DeRubis and Maureen J. Savage. And tonight they will present to Samantha Matos. Next up, if you could have the members of Central Administration please stand again. Together, they will present the Mary and Phineas Toby Memorial Scholarship to 5 students. And the recipients are Karen Aldana, Vicky Doe, Natalie Huynh, Ashley Nicholas, and Joshua Powers. Next up, Mr. Barrett will be presenting the Michael Strianese Memorial Scholarship to 2 students, and they are Naila Bond and Giovanni Raduazzo. Next up, we have a new scholarship this year, and the scholarship is in honor of Miss Noreen M. Colanino, who was a teacher here at Everett High School. It will be presented by her mom and her sister. Round of applause, please. And tonight, they will present to Miriam Peralta Valenzuela. A heartfelt thank you to the members of the Colanino family from all of us here at Everett High School. Thank you so much. Next up, we have the Parlin PTO Scholarship presented by Principal Michelle Crowell. She will be presenting to 2 students, and the award winners this evening are Karen Aldana and Samuel Thomas. Next up, we have the Paul Magan Memorial Scholarship presented by Mr. Barrett, and the award winner for that scholarship this year is Mario Smith Pignoni. Next up, we have the Principal Edward Leo Memorial Scholarship presented by Jacqueline Leo Hopkinson. And this evening, she will be presenting in memory of her father to Mr. Mike Sanderstill. Next up, Mr. Barrett will present the Principal Student Achievement Award to Odalits Maldonado Gravaro. Next up, we have the Robert Carrero Memorial Scholarship, presented by Elizabeth Carrero Wiley, Robert Wiley, Jennifer Malley, and Laura Carrero. And this evening, they were presenting to 3 recipients. And the recipients are Rixie Fuentes, Samuel Thomas, and Yancy Lopez Menjivar. Next, if I could have Mr. McLaughlin please come up. Mr. McLaughlin will present the Roby A. McLaughlin Memorial Scholarship to 2 students, and they are Kervins Georges and Natalia Hobert. Next, if I could ask the members of the school committee to come back up. Together, all the members of the school committee will present the Rose and Leonie Diacisi Memorial Scholarship to 2 students, and they are Alicia Beluccio and Naila Bond. Next up, we have the Rotary Club of Everett Awards, presented by Mr. Lester McLaughlin. He will be presenting the Harry B. Buddy Caholen Memorial Culinary Scholarship Award to Whitcindy Paul. Mr. McLaughlin will also stay up on stage and present the Rotary Club of Everett scholarships to several students. He will be presenting to Karen Aldana, Erica Callanan, Juan Carlos Estrada, Vanessa Ha, Camilla Marari, Joshua Powers, Giselle Sanchez, and Myra Seguja. Next up, Mr. Barrett will present the Salvatore J. Rousio Everett High School Class of 1956 Memorial Scholarship to Layla Kustovich. Next, if I could have Mr. McLaughlin come back up. Mr. McLaughlin will now present the Sarah S. Nason Memorial Scholarship to 2 students, and they are Yancy Lopez Menjivar and Jennifer Lopez. Next up, we have the Saugus Everett Lodge of Elks number 642 scholarship, presented by Mr. Capone, members of city government, and Mr. Steve Guskowitz. Together, they present to 6 students, and the award recipients this evening are Fernanda Ayala, Alicia Beluccio, Tiana LaMonica, Kaylee Narin, Zuzana Polska, and Joshua Powers. Next up, we have the Scholar Athlete Scholarship, presented by Ms. Beatrice Boiver. And this evening, she will be presenting to Gabriella Travers. Next up, we have the Victor A. Pisacreta Memorial Scholarship to be presented by Mr. Barrett. And the award winner this evening is Mr. Joshua Powers. Mr. Barrett this evening will also be accepting the Walter D. and Janet L. Shaw Memorial Scholarship, which goes to Caroline DiMaria. Next up, we have the Webster School PTO Principal, Ms. Denise Hanlon. Mrs. Hanlon will be presenting tonight to Natalie Wynn. Next up, we have the Wegman Scholarship Program presented by Brandon Moon, Don D'Souza, Zach Miller, and Jen Caruso. And their recipient this evening is Eric Castro. Next up, we have the Whittier School PTO Scholarships presented by Principal Dave Brady. Mr. Brady will be presenting the first scholarship, the Ellen J. Sullivan Scholarship, to Kayla Dutail. Mr. Brady will also present the James J. Mangraviti Scholarship to Dennis Ryan. Which lady? The next one? Next up, we have the Winifred Sawyer Levine Memorial Scholarship presented by Joanne Strano and Rita Nevelis, and they would like to say a few words, so if they could come up.
I'd just like to tell you a little bit about our sister Winnie. She was a very special person. She was kind, loving, compassionate, funny, and always ready for a party. She was a daughter, a sister, an aunt, a great aunt, a wife and a friend. She loved spoiling us all. And what a good job she did. Winnie always wanted to be a nurse. As graduating from high school, she entered Whidden Memorial Hospital here in Everett. Her dream was becoming a nurse had begun. When she received her cap, a symbol of nursing in those days, she was so proud, and so were we, her family. She stayed in Whidden Memorial Hospital and then moved on to Boston City Hospital, now Boston Medical Center. At Boston City Hospital, she became the head nurse in charge of the recovery room. She was at Boston City for more than 30 years. Upon retiring, she missed nursing. She began teaching CPR and giving flu shots, but this was not enough. She went back to her love of nursing at MGH in Revere as a triage nurse. Her nursing career lasted over 50 years. She was the best and the greatest. Everyone was lucky to have her. We loved her and miss her, but we are sure the recipient of this scholarship will try to fill her shoes. It's going to be a hard job, but we have faith that she will be able to do it.
Tonight, the recipient of the Winifred Sawyer Levine Memorial Scholarship is Tiana LaMonica. Next up, we have the Zonta Club of Chelsea Scholarship presented by Mr. Barrett, and the recipient this evening is Natalia DeAguiar. Next up, if I could ask Sergeant Mitchell to come up and Sergeant First Class Baez to come up. Just so everyone knows, all of the students that I will be announcing, they will be receiving scholarships that total over $3 million to the schools that they will go to. So this evening, please hold your applause till the end. The awards go to Christoph Alcindor, Devin Brito, Musa Batai, Duck Schute, Ryan Serwinski, Parker DeAndrea, Paulo de Oliveira, Seth Wolfgang Doheny, Debbie Dufresne, Haliza Duplantis Bonilla, Rixie Fuentes, Ariel Gutierrez, Erica Kameye, Davidson Linnaeus, Omar Malin, Lucas Mall, Ni Nguyen, Gustavo Ribeiro, Anthony Soto, Diane Vaz, Mark Vernet, and Fernanda Vidal, who will be going to the Navy. So everyone knows as they are taking this photo, when this concludes, we do have light refreshments downstairs for everyone. So please join us downstairs. One more large round of applause for all of the recipients on stage, all of the parents, all of the donors. Thank you so much. Everyone have a beautiful evening. This concludes the ceremony. Please join us downstairs.